You get out. How did the Philly situation come to be? They had Donovan.
Yeah,
They gave Donovan.
Donovan was one of the guys who wanted to help me, and when they called, I was like, man, I couldn't believe that they called.
Did any other teams reach out?
Yeah, not Baltimore, but Buffalo. We was talking to Buffalo, and we was talking to Cincinnati.
Okay.
And so the premise was not to play my first year, to get myself back in playing shape and not have the whole fanfare around me. So to go to a place where you can be a backup, get your feet wet again, and then work yourself back into the playing shape.
And then that didn't go according to plan because you end up playing.
I was able to sit the first year with Andy, learn a lot from Donovan, learn a lot from Andy, like their philosophy, how they go about game planning and going into a game. And it was totally different than anything I ever seen. The game plan, how the coach go about being on the same page with the quarterback, what he expect from you. It was just, I was getting in the building at 6 a.m, man, and just doing it different.
So you go your first year, you kind of learned, okay, man. What was, prior to you going to Philly, what was Mike Vick game preparation like? What was your study habits like? What was it like
in Philly
before you in Atlanta? When you were the guy in Atlanta, what was Mike Vick's study habits like?
My coach demanded, because I was in a new system, in the West Coast system, so I had to spend some time studying and understanding what the message was, like what was we trying to really accomplish on Sundays. And so I took a lot of pride in that. We was able to go to the NFC Championship game my first year in this West Coast system. But then it was so easy to get there. The second year I took a step back. I started doing less because it was so easy. So I got spoiled. I'm like, we'll get back. The year 3 in the system, 2006, we didn't even make the play. We didn't make the playoffs in 2005 or 2006. I never got back. And it was all because it was so easy to get there in my first year. So my preparation that year was amazing. I studied because I never wanted to disappoint my coaches. I always wanted them to be proud of me, and I always wanted them to know that I was listening. And I was taking heed to everything that they were saying. And coach, if I say I got it, I got it. But I could have did a little bit more.
Right.
I could have did more. As I got older, and I think it's not a coach's job to tell you to do more. You got to do more.
Yeah.
Like I should have volunteered, came to the coach, I'm gonna break down this film, I'm gonna break down this tape, and let's.
What year did you break? Was that 2005, 2006 that you broke your leg in the preseason?
That was 2003.
2003, okay. You broke your leg in the preseason.
Yeah, broke my leg in the preseason. I didn't finish that season. So 03, I came back at the end of the year.
Right.
With 4 games left, they fired Dan. And then the next year I had a new system and I had to learn. So I spent 2 years with Dan pretty much.
Right.
Where I played, and then a whole new coaching regimen came in.
Had this dogfighting situation not come up, do you believe Mike Vick was on a Hall of Fame arc?
Yes. Yes. I had a situation in 2006 where I stuck my middle finger up at the crowd. I flicked off the crowd. It wasn't towards our fans. It was towards some Saints fans. That was a big misconception too. But it seemed like things were spiraling out of control for me, and it wasn't until Bobby.
Right.
Bobby Petrino came in with Hugh Jackson.
Right.
And they was teaching me how to play the quarterback position, from protections. I mean, we was just kind of like starting all over in a new system.
Right.
And Hugh was like, man, you're going to be the league MVP this year. And I really felt that way because my focus was different. A lot of my boys had moved out the house. We was living together. My wife had moved in, my daughter. So I was turning the corner.
Right.
And it was, like I say, it was just too late. Everything was starting to take a turn for the worse. But that year, we probably would have went deep in the playoffs. And we definitely, I definitely would have, been on the Hall of Fame path for sure. I had plans to retire early though.
Did you? And do what?
I don't know. That's why I invested that $8 million. I'm like, I'm gonna sit back and chill, own some property.
You mentioned that you had your boys in the home before you had moved your wife in with your daughter. What did they bring? So what were they telling you? I mean, obviously, video games. You like video games. They like video games. You play a video game. But what are they adding to Michael Vick's football life? How they help Michael Vick get better as a football player?
They supported me a lot. Like when I started to
lose. They help you game prep?
No, but there was like motivational speeches like, man, you need to stop doing this. You need to stop.
Well, damn, Mike, what good to have friends if you ain't listening?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. My life was one big misconception. People think it was my boys was my downfall. Nah, they were some of my biggest supporters. They was just in a position where if they go too hard on me and, yo, don't do this, don't do that.
Go.
Yeah, and I hated that they felt like they wasn't even in that situation. It's so unfortunate. But, and I never looked at it that way. I might have caught an attitude or been a little upset, but I wasn't going to kick my man to the curb just for telling me, stop drinking the yak.
Right. You know? I'm looking at you. You come back in 2010. You pass for 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 70 QBR, 63% completion percentage. You come back player of the year, and you go to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Bro,
Andy Reid was everything, man. Andy demanded so much out of me. Andy was like, I went through a lot 2 or 3 years prior, and there was a lot that I had on my chest. I couldn't go to my agent.
Right.
Didn't have a father. You know, my dad wasn't. He was there, but I couldn't.
You didn't feel you could talk to him.
Right. Yeah, I just needed somebody to talk to, man. And like it was like Andy came in my life at the right time. I could talk to him. I could tell him whatever I wanted to tell him and get an honest answer, whether I liked it or not. And he didn't care whether I liked it or not either, but he cared. And just to have those conversations, it brought out the best in me. I spent more time in the building. And I just seen like, damn, I always felt like, I used to always tell Coach, if I had you, if you'd have drafted me, man, I know you had Donovan, but if you'd have drafted me, I would have went places.
You end up going to the Steelers, and the fans weren't very happy.
No.
Art Rooney II, he said he felt you had proven himself, and you paid your debt to society, and you deserved a second chance.
Yep. And Big Ben and Mike Tomlin was big advocates for me at the time too, man. And then, I sat down Mr. Rooney, and Mr. Rooney was, he was amazing. Like, that's truly how he felt. He believed in second chances. And I never been in a locker room where guys embraced me so much. Like, even being older, 35 at the time. And I always tell Mike Tomlin, thanks for that experience and that opportunity to play one last season.
Right.
With a good group of young dudes, man, who really cared about football and loved the game.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before two something.